The year 2020 has come to an end, and I would like to take the opportunity to focus on the highlights of the Bellyfairies this year. I created this video to show that even a challenging year has its highlights. So the year started off just like any other regular year for us, and we were eager to get back to the studio after the year-end break of 2019. And in January and February we had our regular rehearsal sessions. There was no need to keep your distance, there was no need to wear masks just yet. We started to become a little bit more wary and took precautions, and we took sanitizing gel and everything with us. But all in all, there was no need to follow any restrictions given by the government just yet. We used January and February to prepare for our upcoming shows, and unfortunately the Bastille Festival got cancelled later on towards the show, and that was the can that we were practicing for it. But we did make one and only one show this year, and that was the Enchanted Market. And yeah, looking back at the year now, that was rather special because that was the only time this year that we could come together and perform on stage with an audience. We had plans to perform this piece several times this year, but for obvious reasons that wasn't the case. So I am very, very happy, and the Bellyfairies are very happy that we had this chance to perform, and it makes it even more special. But hopefully in the future we'll get a chance to perform this again live. And then we had March, just before the government announced lockdown. We had our last session in the studio, and we recorded the very first belly line dance that I have created this year. And we had so much fun. We dressed up for the occasion. We didn't know how soon we will be able to get back to the studio, and so we really made the most of it. April. Since the end of March we were in national lockdown, and it kept going. We didn't know for how long. But then came May, and we were asked for a guest appearance for the isolation station, which had started because of lockdown and the pandemic in general, just to lift people up. And this was in combination with my yearly charity event, Dance for Clean Oceans. So the Bellyfairies, three of the Bellyfairies, were attending the fantastic isolation station and had a lot of fun. We dressed up and glammed up for the occasion and just really had a lot of fun with G-Mac and Lily Kim. And that was definitely a highlight after isolation for so long. It was so lovely to see the smiley Bellyfairies, since we haven't really been in the studio. And then came June, and we were supposed to perform at the Woodley Carnival this year as well, and we were all ready for it. We had everything planned, but obviously it was cancelled for the obvious reasons, for the right reasons. But we just went ahead and created a video. So we did a social distance style video for it, and we all dressed up 60s style as we would have done for the performance if it had been a live performance, and we just tried to lift people up and just really wanted to support the community event. And even if it wasn't happening, because obviously a lot of people were upset because everything got cancelled this year, and so we just really decided that we're gonna go with it anyway. Even if we couldn't be there to perform, we just thought we're just going to create it as a video so that people can still enjoy it, and obviously the Bellyfairies as well, we wanted to enjoy it too. Now for this piece we didn't really have a chance to practice this in the studio, so we did this all online, like so many things this year. In July we celebrated Fairy Sharon's Bellyfairy anniversary. She's been with the Bellyfairies for 2 years, And also end of June, July and August were the months where we could get together again in the garden. The government allowed for people to meet outside, up to 6 people in a group with a 2-meter safety distance in between. And so that is what we did. And obviously we also dressed up. I mean, what an occasion. It also gave us the opportunity to perform one of the belly line dances that I had been creating throughout the lockdown and social distancing period, and it was just so delightful to finally dance one of the belly line dances as they ought to be done in a group, even though yes, we had social distancing in place here, but we were still together. It was so lovely. We were lucky with the weather as well. That was the only way how we could get together to keep everyone safe. We were outdoors. 4 of the Bellyfairies were able to make it that day, and we just enjoyed the time together, as it had been so long that we could actually physically dance together in the same place. And the belly line dances were just perfect for that, because they could be learned online beforehand, and then we just really got to enjoy it, and that was definitely a fantastic highlight this year. So the warm summer months, they were used to get together in the garden and practice together. But then came the colder months and the rainy months, and we just really took a break from the Bellyfairies. That didn't last long though, because then I kind of wanted to do something for Christmas, and so we started rehearsing for a Christmas piece online from home. And then came November, and we had 2 fairyversaries, one for Rosa, who was 2 years with us, and Laciel 1 year. And then shortly followed by another fairyversary in December, which means that Hazel has been a fairy for 2 years. So since October we had been preparing for our Christmas piece. The Bellyfairies wanted to come together to do a nice festive piece, and so I created a choreography and I taught it to the Bellyfairies with videos online, and we all agreed on a dress that we were going to wear, the same dress, and we all were going to have a Christmas tree in our frame, so that it all fits nicely in the end result, in the end edit of the video. So that was our way to celebrate the Bellyfairies for the festive season, to come together, to dance together, social distancing style, since we have not been able to dance together since the summer. And yeah, so we just really had a wonderful time performing this together, and then seeing everyone in the video as if we were indeed dancing together. And since it was clear that there was no way that we would be able to perform anything live this year at all with the remaining months that we had, we decided to do an uplifting New Year's Eve video, which shows a choreography that I had created in 2019, and we have already performed that as the Bellyfairies. However, new Bellyfairy Asiel, she needed to learn this and get her first wings ever for this routine, in order for us to create this video for you and for us as well, of course, because it brings us so much joy being able to dance together and then obviously see the end result of the video. And it's just really to uplift and to spread joy and to still celebrate this year, even though it has been challenging and very different and difficult and limiting in so many ways. However, the Bellyfairies will always have the Bellyfairies, and we are a family, the Bellyfairy family, and there will always be light. So we try to shine our light for you and for us, and we send our greetings to you, and here's to a better year next year, 2021. Make it count. Much love from the Bellyfairies. Thanks for watching.